All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all, Niger Watch family. We're back here again tonight, this evening. I thought I should bring this to your screen. How now, day, my people? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all once again. I can see Mother of All is already there in the comment section. Mommy the Aspera, good evening to you, Mommy. Thanks for joining us. Yes, our brother Stephen Remato will be taking us through on this particular one. The title, as you can see right there, this is why politicians in Nigeria will never perform. No matter what you do, never they can perform. Why is it that these people cannot perform whenever they get into any kind of office? Now, I would like you to listen to this. Help us to share this video, like this video, and let's do this together. Let's listen to our brother Stephen Remato.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. This is me, your brother, your friend, Humali Steven, right here this afternoon. It's going to be a very, very quick one, guys. As you know, I'm a little bit very busy nowadays due to the nature of work that I've embarked on here in Nigeria. And by the grace of God, things are actually going better by the day. There are good news coming in from our corner at Stockholm Mega City. But today is not going to be that. I'm going to talk about the political atmosphere right now in Nigeria. Guys, I was amazed. I was bamboozled and a little bit worried over the future of the Nigerian political space. I said I was not going to support any candidates in this upcoming election, both at the presidential, even all the political, sphere in Nigeria, because I've been out of scene for some time, and I decided to come back home. Thank God I came during the political cycle, and I found out that there are many reasons why our political leaders will never ever perform. Today I'm going to digest and practically analyze or itemize the reason why I tell you, if the trend that is happening today is not changed, we are going to have a recycling of the same group of people who were not ready to perform. Listen, guys, I'm going to say this. Even if an angel is sent to Nigeria today with a political structure or with the political arrangement on ground, even an angel will not be able to perform. QED. People are going to say, come on, humanist, why do you think so? Why do you say that? We know the Nigerian political class are corrupt. Yes, they are. But I'm going to tell you guys, they are not as corrupt as the electorates. Yes, I've been doing underground investigation for some time. I've traveled around Edo. I was in Edo Central. I was in Edo North. Now in Edo South. I've witnessed all political, campaigns, all mobilization, and all sorts made during this primary, of both political parties, the PDP and the APC. Okay, guys. And one thing I've seen that is common between both of them is monetization. Monetization. First and foremost, the cost of buying the form for the State House of Assembly is about 2 million in PDP or so, and 2.5 million naira in APC. That's the first. We have the 50 million naira for the presidential and 100 million naira for the presidential. PDP and APC respectively. Now, let's look at it from this angle. Going into a political office is supposed to be a humanitarian service where you are going to uplift, upgrade the well-being of your people. Okay, guys? And in a situation where a guy who is going to the State House of Assembly is paying as high as 2.5 million naira to buy a form into the State House of Assembly, that shows the guy is already going into a level that you want to get a return. That's not it. That's not even it. I traveled to Edo during this campaign because a friend of mine is actually vying for a position, and I went to Edo to actually see what is happening there. And the very first time I got there, he called for what they call the world meetings. And I was surprised at the end of the meeting, they began to dish out money. Every meeting costs you some money. Every meeting costs you money in thousands. If you have 10 walls, you're going to go through the 10 walls, you're going to pay through the 10 walls. You're going to pay to the women leader group, you're going to pay to the youth group, you're going to pay to leaders, you're going to pay to local government executives. You're going to pay to ward executives. You're going to pay to mobilizers. You're going to pay to this. You're going to pay to that. You're going to pay to this. You're going to pay to that. When I sat down to actually do some rough calculation, I was surprised at the amount that they actually spend on these so-called delegates. There's a contest now in Edo which I'm privy to for the House of House of Rep. The delegates, they are already proposing one of the contestant is saying he's going to pay as much as 50,000 naira per delegate. And the other contestant is saying he's going to pay as much as 100,000 naira per delegate. They are already, it's not a bargain, it's not a bazaar. So the highest bidder will win the race. And having sat down with my friend, to actually check how much he has spent in these last few months of his, work tour, like they call it, I was surprised that this young guy has spent as high as over 50 million naira. And I began to ask myself some pretty questions. Where is he going to get this money back? How is he going to be able to perform having spent such amount of money during this electionary period? And he was told, if during the May election, if you win the primary, during the May election, you are going to spend a minimum of 100 million to win to the State House of Assembly. Now, the question is this. If someone has spent such huge amount of money, assuming those of us who are just, a normal hustling guy, assuming he borrowed the money, kind of, how is he going to pay back the money, take off his family, and also plan for his future political career? So these are one of the reasons why most of them do not perform. But we don't see this. At the end of the day, we put the entire blame on these people that they are wicked, they are insensitive, they don't care about the plight of the people. I've actually sat down to think that the problem of the political elites in Nigeria are not actually the political leaders or the elected political leaders, but actually they are the ward, the local government, the state, and the national leaders of each of the political parties. This group of people who are vying for political positions are actually being extorted, guys. Yes, they are actually being extorted by these political cabals who call themselves political party leaders. Now, when this group of boys, of people, now finally won an election, they would like to recuperate all that they spent during this period of electionary campaign to the point of their winning, which rose into hundreds of millions of naira. This is where we, the electorate, will start thinking, why will I have to collect a half bag of rice? Why will I have to collect 3,000 naira? Someone will say, how much did they give me? 3,000 naira. Do you know what 3,000 naira is on every meetings? To 27 delegates in the APC and 18 delegates in the PDP. Do you know what 5,000 naira means? On every weekly basic meeting to 27 delegates of the APC and 18 delegates of the PDP. Do you know what it will take these same people, guys, to cap their delegates a day to an election in one of the most expensive hotels in the city where the election is going to take place? Feed them, they drink on their neck before they can go to vote. I'm going to tell you a scenario that I saw when I traveled to Auchi. And while we're there, someone just said, I've come to collect my own share. When we went to that other one, that one gave us 7,000. This one, they give us 3,000 naira. They believe like he never read. If you don't get money, may go sit down. I sat down like, seriously? I was baboozed by that statement. If you never ready, make it go sit down. Somebody just gave us 7,000. He's giving us 3,000 naira. He's not ready, yo. If you don't get money, make it go sit down. We are not here. When they reach part, they don't remember us anymore. And I called the guy and I said, bros, come, let me see you a little bit. I said, do you know what? Do you know that you're just selling your birthright for a pot of porridge? He said, oh, guy, it's not concern me at all. I need to eat my own now. So when you eat yours now, after this guy would have won the election, your roast will be bad, and the money was supposed to have used in fixing the roast, you need to pay the bills for the money he lended from the bank to run an election. That's number one. Number two, the intellectuals, people of conscience, will not be able to step into the rings to contest against these people when the entire process is not monetized. The good people will be left out because the good people are always the poor guys. And I've seen that, I've understood that in this country. For you to be rich, you must be ready to go an extra mile and do something that's not worth being praised for. So, if you don't do that, you're going to remain within the cycle of those who just barely eat from hand to mouth. Now, if someone has to spend that much, there are some leaders in PDP, there are some leaders in APC that are actually eating fat during this political cycle. This, you can take it to the bank and you will get a cash for it. I'm not talking out of the blue. I'm talking with a lot of fact and evidences before me. But I'm not going to make mention of names right now because I feel there's no need for it. This is a common phenomenon that's happening around the entire political cycle in Nigeria today. Okay? There are many of political leaders who are eating fat right now. There are some that are building their houses as I speak, as a result of the political, of the electionary, cycle that is happening by next year. Many of the leaders are mounting high pressure on the candidates to part with huge amount of money if they will get their support. There are many of the leaders that is giving exorbitant demands on the candidate from their political party in order for them to be able to support them. Many are getting weekly stipends in hundreds of thousands of naira to be able to support these candidates. This is not an election. Rather, this is armed robbery of the daylight. That is why most of the time, criminals are always the ones that end up being the candidates of these political parties. Because at the end of the day, the money bags who have stolen, either in the public sector, in the private sector, or in the corridor of government, will not be the one that will be able to muzzle out such huge amount of money and beat away or beat out those people with conscience and the reason to actually work. And when these people are not being elected, they are coming in as a businessman, not as elected people, because they've already paid for everything you're doing for them. Guys, let me tell you, not the 2,000 naira you get through the election. The problem of our electionary cycle starts now. The primary election is actually the major problem of the elections in Nigeria, not the main elections. Because when the wrong people are not being selected or nominated or voted for, as the case may be, this group of people will not be the one that will not represent each of these political parties during the general election. Then the populace had no other choice than to make a choice among two devils. The problem is not actually those who now won during the primaries. The problem is the primary election. The delegates, the leaders of the worst of the world, the leaders of the units, the leader of the local government, the leader of the state and the national level of each of these political parties are actually the people that is putting the pressure on us. They're not giving us the best. They are best of the best among the people. This is fact, guys. I was able to also witness some campaign in Edo Central, and I was amazed by this young guy, this young man. I'm not going to mention them. I'm going to mention political party right now, so that I don't sell anyone. I'm not here to actually promote anyone. This young guy in one of these two political parties, this guy is eloquent, is vibrant. He has some dynamism that I think will be I'm going to say that will be useful in the promotion of well-articulate, legislative bills. Okay, this guy is something different. I'm even thinking that I was one guy who is very vibrant, but when I listen to this guy, I found that this guy is too articulate. He's too organized. He has a way of putting his words in, and I fell in love with him. Just within 5 minutes, I said, "Come on, this guy should be one guy that we need to actually rally around and let make him to be a candidate of this political party." But lo and behold, the leadership of the political party where this guy actually came from is not thinking along the line. Why? Because this guy is not financially buoyant. Just a young guy who has his passion to make a difference, and they were not ready to actually support him because they feel his aura is too big for them to contain. And do you know what, guys? Hear this now. Do you know what, guys? When it got to a point when they were about to buy their forms, they said there were no form left for him. He came to Benin here. I met him. And he said there was no form left. And the guy was adamant. He has already paid the money that we're supposed to pay. He said no form left. If you want to buy form, if there's no form left, he has paid, he should go to Abuja. Yeah? They told me that. Go to Abuja and buy your form. The guy actually went to Abuja, bought his form, came back to Benin, filled the form, submitted the form, and it was accepted from him here in Benin. But at the time of screening, this young man was told, you bought your form from Abuja, go to Abuja and do your screening. Somebody heard that. Now, he bought the form, he paid all the diligent dues that he was asked to pay, and they know his popularity. It was becoming too popular, and they know it's going to be a problem for their candidate, which they have already anointed. And they told him, since the form was bought in Abuja, go to Abuja and do your screening. They didn't tell him before that day of the screening. He was not pre-informed of the intentions not to screen him because the form wasn't bought here in Benin. So, when will the guy, what time is now available for the guy to not go to Abuja and be screened? So the guy was systematically screened out of the race because he was unable to part with the kind of money that is required from these delegates. I also went to one of the meetings of one of the political parties in Edo State. I went for the executive meeting, actually the state executives, guys. Yeah. Now when I got there, we had an opportunity of meeting with the chairman of the party. We went into some elaborate discussions, and we had some talks. The chairman was really, really nice guy. Yeah, he was nice. I must say the truth. He explained all that they intended doing and all that and that. But one thing that shocked me was this. I know in politics, in the few years I've been around, this world, I think I've been able to actually find myself, in the political cycle, both here and where I'm coming from. That in politics, sometimes the political party actually supports its candidate with some certain amount, as a way of encouraging them. And they just said, listen, sir, I want to tell you one thing clearly. The party does not have a kobo to support your election bid. If you win their primary, you are going to produce 100% of what you're going to use for your campaign. When he said that, I sunk into the chair that I was sitting. And I said, oh my God, do you know what it takes to really run an election? If a guy is using up to 1 trillion naira for presidency to run 1 trillion naira in the Nigerian political setting today, 1 trillion naira, 200 billion for pre-election, 700 billion for the main election, and 100 billion for the post-election. That's the Nigeria of today. 1 trillion. If someone like the governor of Rivers State, Wike, Atiku, Saraki, Osibanjo, Tinubu, and every other contestant today who actually want to occupy the #1 seat of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, they spent that amount of money, 1 trillion naira, to contest an election. Do you think they're going to come here and work for the people? The first they're going to think of is how to get their money back. Get the interest on the money back. Many of them actually uses loans to run their campaigns. So we as a people, we must find a way. I'm not saying we're not going to lay blames on these people, no. But the foundation of our problem is not on the electorate you think that they give rise to. The foundation of our problem is actually the political parties who is feeding the highest bidder during an electionary cycle like what we're about to have in Nigeria. Until the delegates will have to vote their conscience, not the conscience of any man. You also know one thing that I've seen or I've learned during this, sojourning into the political realm of Nigerian politics is this. They have what you call the statutory delegates. They have what you call the ad hoc delegates. You know, and the local government wherever. I was surprised to hear or to know, guys, that sometimes one single man controls the entire world. Delegates, one single man. One single person controls the entire world delegates. So on the day of election, this same single man will call the entire delegate and say, this is the way to go. Vote for Mr. A, not Mr. B. Even when Mr. B is more qualified for the position. Because his interest, the interest of this one political leader in that world is protected by the action of Mr. A, which might be against the people of that constituency or ward. He will still prefer his interest protection than the interest of the people. Then Mr. A will not be voted for by the order and command of the Oga at the detriment of the people. Now Mr. B, who's supposed to be the choice of the people, will be rigged out systematically from the race, leaving the unpopular candidate, which is not the money bag, and also which have the interest of this so-called leader at heart. So this Mr. A is going into the ring, or is going into the elective position, not to protect the interest of the people, but actually to protect the interest of this one bourgeois who have hijacked the process of the entire constituency, local government or state. This is how corruption is being built in our political system. This is what just happened today. So Mr. A now called the shots. The one what we call the Godfather. It's a shameful thing. And having seen this, I told a friend of mine, I said, look, Nigeria is still far. With this system, until we change this narrative, Nigeria will remain undeveloped, not undeveloped, because we are not developing at all. We remain undeveloped for a very, very long time. Until we begin to allow class intellectualism, performance to become the yardstick for us to choose people into political offices, not amount that they can be able to spend on us. So when they will go and marry new wives, will continually remain undeveloped. People like me, who had grown outside the shores of this land, will never ever succumb. I told them, I said, this I will not do. And they said, you are not ready for political positions yet. I said, that's fine. I can buy the form, but I will not give people money to choose me. Because if I do, I've sold my conscience, and I will want to get my money back when I get into the corridor of power. This is simple, guys. I would not want to remain poor. I've spent all I've worked for. And I want to come back, get into a political position, and remain poorer than I came. That will not be impossible. That will become impossible. And this is what they are doing. They will tell you, you have what it takes, guys. Yeah, don't you have allocations, that they give to you? Why are you complaining? Go bring money. If you win tomorrow now, this is, you can get it in 2 months. Seriously. Guys, let's begin to fight against choosing the wrong candidates at the primary level of political parties. That is the beginning of fixing Nigeria for a better tomorrow. Thank you, guys. This is me, your brother, your friend, Imani Steven. I just came here to put before you this analysis, and I believe it will be of great help to us as a people. Thank you, guys, and bye for now. Until we see you again anytime soon. Have a blessed day, and ciao.
All right, my people, that one, our brother, Mr. Stephanie Ramato, let us know why you see that these politicians are not performing. That is you can see the analysis. That's what it is. Someone who invested so much amount to gain access to one particular office in the government, how do you expect them to work? They want to recover back their money first. As you heard, you have to have up to 1 trillion naira to become a Nigerian president. That's what it means. 1 trillion. So we'll continue to expose these people, continue to expose them, with facts. Let's continue talking, my people. Help us to share this. Share this video. I can see there's no like on it. Please just click the like if you are right there watching us right now. I encourage us to do more. Meanwhile, before I go, the next video you're going to be seeing is a new face on Naija Watch. Naija Watch have employed a lady with the name Kashi that you all are going to be seeing most often on this channel. Going to be talking about politics and everything that is currently affecting us in Nigeria. So please, Naija Watch family, I want you all to join us to support Kashi, encourage her. Listen, guys, if not your encouragement, I don't think I'll be doing what I'm doing. If I'm here and I look at the comment section that there's no love, maybe my self-esteem will go down to 0, probably. So that's what it means. Because she's new to this, although she's a graduate, she's a degree holder, but she's new to this. She needs encouragement to gain that confidence to the highest level. Please, let's support her. And the next video, immediately we stop this right now, is going to be a video, and you're going to see more of her. She might be coming out twice tonight, so please, the next video is uploaded video, while the next one might be live video. Just leave good comment there in case she sees it. She can be encouraged to do more. Don't be part of these people who kills people's dreams. All right, as you all have demanded so much from me, and I've thought about it. Okay, let me get more employees that can pilot this Naija Watch affair. It's not easy for me, although we have a lot of people that is, working for me, doing all these things together, but it's not easy. We still need more. All right, we want to bombard it with continuous news. Thank you very much, Madarita. Thank you very much for that wonderful welcoming speech to write up to Kashi. So my people, let's encourage her, like I said before, for her to do more for us. Thank you very much, Najawa's family. Let me hang up right now. And the next video, like I said before, just leave good comment there. Let her see the comments so that she'll be encouraged to do more for us. God bless you all. Now God bless all of us. My people, make I draw the curtain right now. Make not gonna be like say I continue because it's almost 7 p.m. here in Nigeria. So let's go on to the next video. God bless you all. Bye for now.